go, y'all. We made it to this pickup. About to pick up this load real quick at this recycling spot. Pick this load up real quick. See what they finna load me up with. What it is, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and break down this trade that I took today on NASDAQ, right? This trade made me $629. Let me see if I get it to focus. Right, $629.40. And the current balance on the account is $50,471. We're still trying to get it to $53,000 so we can pass the evaluation. I do have 5 accounts, y'all. All right, let me go ahead and break it down. So I waited all day for this setup. This setup played out, let me see what time it played out. At like 10. I entered at 10:10, right? But before that market open, you know, there was a lot of choppiness going on, right? But our EMAs were lined up beautifully throughout the whole session, right? I had my red, my white, my blue, my 15, my 50, and my 200. So what I noticed was price came up and we broke structure. We broke structure right here where I have this blue line, right? When we broke structure, price left me an imbalance on this specific candle right here. It left me an imbalance, this gap right here, right? So I marked out my zone, which is the demand candle, this red candle right here. I marked out my zone, you feel me? Top of the red candle, bottom of the green wick, right? Is my demand zone, right? So price broke structure, and I waited for price to come back and tap into my zone, which it did with this green candle right here. Price came down, tap into my zone, and I waited for a break of structure towards the upside. But before we had this break of structure towards the upside, I went down to my 1 minute to see what the 1 minute doing, because I like looking at the 1 minute. That way I could dive a little bit deeper and see what's going on, right? So on the 1 minute chart, I noticed our EMAs were lined up beautifully as well. So that's just extra confirmation right there that we're going to continue pushing up, right? So back to my 5 minute chart. I had my break of structure. I had my EMAs lined up. I had my imbalance. Price came, tapped back into my zone, and all I had to do was wait for this break of structure, y'all. I was waiting a long time. I was waiting since market open, and this played out at 10:05. This is a 10:05 candle, right? At 10:10, this candle formed, giving me that break of the candle towards the upside. I placed my stop loss below this wick, and my target was a 1-to-1, right? I closed before a 1-to-1. I closed at like right here, y'all, because this candle right here, it started rejecting heavy, right? So I was like, as soon as I get a red candle on the 1 minute, because I dived down onto the 1 minute chart to actually monitor the trade, right? And what I noticed was that price was giving me this candle right here. As soon as I got this red candle right here, I closed. And then it gave me this candle, but then it rejected heavy. I was like, damn, I closed too early. But at the same time, I secured my profits. It closed too early, and then we shot up. But I'm content because at the same time that I closed early, I entered 2 contracts on this trade, y'all. I did not try to enter 2 contracts. My connection was bad. So when I hit the buy market button, my order was in place right away. So I'm thinking, you know, like it never placed. So I clicked it again and it still didn't place. So I'm like, damn, I'm about to miss out on the trade. You know, the trade was already going up, and then it automatically popped up. It popped up at exactly where I wanted it to, exactly at my entry. But you know, it entered me 2 times. So I was like, damn, that's why I'm at 629, because I entered 2 contracts. You know, so me closing early, I wasn't really tripping on that. If I would have held to TP1, that would have been $1,300 on this account. But I closed early. But this is the trade I took today on NASDAQ. It was a beautiful setup. I'm proud of this setup. And by the way, I did take a loss yesterday. I lost like 150, I believe. Like 150. Hold on, let me see. I lost like 150 yesterday, y'all. I lost 157 yesterday on this account. 157, came back. We made this today. Currently sitting at 471.60, right? But yeah, this how we looking like, man. This how we looking like. We finna get there. We finna get there for sure. All right, go. Go.